Let's go. It's a me, Mario.
It's a me.
It's a me,
Mario. I work with a lot of Italian people, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, it's funny, man. there was a guy in my class in my sessions. Italian guy. He's got his red and blue clothes on. I was in my green and white stuff.
Okay.
I was like, it's me. Yeah, Mario, me, Luigi. I was like, oh shit. With the Mario brothers.
That's fucking hilarious. I thought you were gonna say something about Italy and Nigeria because you had the green on, but you talking about
Russia.
you talking about the Mario brothers.
Mario brothers, man. Oh, business. So we're coming out smashing shells, King Cooper and everything like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Just cruising. Episode. Don't look at me. Next episode. Whatever. 26. Alright. So, Kevlar Kess, Dr. Love. What?
What?
Okay. I thought you said one.
What's happening?
What's happening in Jamaican lingua? What's happening in patois?
Wow.
Broken English.
Wow.
Patois.
Way I deal with. Alright, go on.
I have white audience, bro.
They have to be multicultural, international. Do you know what I'm saying? Sensitive to different cultures. We can't just be talking English.
I like that. Alright, so today's topic, today's episode is nice guys.
Okay.
Good boys. Nice guys. Nice guys. There's this old song by a British artist, Blondie. Love the band. It's called Good Boys, right? And the song kind of goes good boys never win. Good boys always follow. Good boys never win. They're far, far away, which is basically life in itself. It's a beautiful song. If you hear that, you're like, oh, this is good. Blondie did that. Same person that did Atomic, and what else again? Wow. I know. Anyway, so
boys always follow.
Yeah, always follow. Good boys never win. And this is old. This is old. It's been that way forever. So when you say nice guys, I think good boys. I think good boys never win. You know, but that's a start. Why, oh why, sir?
Why did I want to discuss this?
Would you like to discuss about good boys or nice guys?
I think it's a very relevant topic because I see a lot of nice guy behavior, and I think social programming now is training men to be nice guys even more. And by nice, I mean rather than just being honest and saying what you think, how you feel, what you want, self-censoring yourself and trying to present yourself in a way that's not going to offend anyone, and it's not going to come across anti this or anti that, and just not being real, you know. And so I see a lot of behavior where people, rather than speaking their minds, it's like they're thinking, oh, am I going to get cancelled if I say this, or am I going to get criticised, or do you know what I mean? There's a lot of that. And I think the icing on the cake is yesterday I wanted to watch some Netflix. It's not easy to find something I can watch on Netflix.
Not Netflix, man.
No, you're not missing anything. I wouldn't recommend it. I was like this. I'm like this. Trying to find something. Anyway, there's a show that's been quite popular called You, which has got a really weird premise because it's about, have you heard of it?
Right. So
a lot of people. Let me finish the introduction, right? Then you can.
I don't know. It's just
unravel your pedigree, right? But basically, the main character, the protagonist, is essentially a psychopath, right? But they've done this weird thing where they've made him a simp and a psychopath, right? Which doesn't really exactly, right? Sway doesn't even have the answers on this one because it's known in certain circles, I guess, that women are attracted to a lot of those dark triad traits. So with the dark triad, you got psychopathy, Machiavellianism, narcissism. There's different aspects of those characteristics which actually women are really drawn to, even though they're evil. But with this guy, it's like he's got that twisted shit. Like, he's got no conscience. Like, you can see he's like a proper nutter. But then at the same time, he's like desperate for love and trying to find this chick. And it doesn't make any sense, because if you're a psychopath, you're not needy. You're not doing that. But he's stalking her and watching her through the window, and like literally watching her getting her cheeks clapped by another dude, and is like, oh yeah, I understand this is part of your process because you've just been through a breakup, but me and you something special, so I'm gonna give you that space. What? It was so ridiculous. I managed like a couple episodes, and then I had to tap out.
Was he in a relationship with her before?
No, he met her, like, she comes into the, I don't want to spoil it in case you ain't seen it, but she comes into his place of work.
Yeah.
And he just decides, like, on seeing her, like, I think she could be the one.
Oh, dude.
And he talks about the one. So it's a completely ridiculous premise, because like I say, either you're the simp, right, which is one thing, or you're the psychopath, which is something else. But they kind of blended the two. So he's like the weirdest nice guy. He's like a nice guy, but he's a psychopath at the same. It makes no fucking sense. But it just reminded me again when I saw some of the simpish shit that he was doing, like agreeing with stuff she'd say, and it was like, ugh, this is making me feel slightly nauseous.
But first off, that's a script.
I know.
It's someone who does not understand the kind of lifestyle of that person that wrote that script, but also wants to please another part of the crowd.
Oh yeah.
So you have two extremes blending in together, right? Right. Okay.
So it looks like to me.
So I don't get it.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, a simp and a psychopath, like, those things don't go together, bro. Like, they don't. Like, pick a lane.
You think so?
I don't think those two things go together.
Okay.
A psychopathic simp.
Let me give you a real life example.
Go on.
Many male feminists.
Okay, go on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a simp.
Psychopath simp.
Elaborate, please.
Right. Many male feminists, many so-called male feminists, they use that term. Not all, but many use that term because that's their calling card.
Yeah, they think women are gonna like them more.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen
That's the
that.
calling card. They're gonna go, oh, if I say I support women's rights, I support this, that. If I say men are evil, what happens is it's high likely that I'm gonna get poom. Right?
Right, but that wouldn't work for psychopaths, because psychopaths are
That's
intelligent.
simping, but that's psychopathy, because you're not actually looking at the person, the individual, understanding how that individual works. You are going in your non-emotional state to go, okay, I'm going to use this formula to get poom.
I would say that's more Machiavellianism, because it's more manipulative than I'd say psychopathy. Like, psychopathy is another level, because with psychopathy, I'm talking about no conscience. So, like, the ability to, someone that's more Machiavellian might do that in a more tricky way, and they might have some questionable characteristics to the point where you might say, okay, this guy is fucking dark with it. But a psychopath's on another level, like, where they would analyze you and work out what your weaknesses are. Like, a psychopath will know which buttons to push, because they don't experience emotion and so on the way normal people do. They study people. So they'll look at people and go, okay, what makes people upset? What makes them cry? What makes them laugh? What makes them scared? What turns them on? They analyze that kind of stuff. That's why a psychopath's so dangerous, because they'll look at you and they'll be like, okay, this is Kes. Okay, what's his strengths? What's his weaknesses? If I do this, does it upset him? If I do this, does it push a button? And he's keeping like a mental log of like how you function. And so he'll know, okay, if I want to get a response from him, I'll do this. Or I'll love bomb you first. Like, I know this because I've worked with one guy who I'm 100% sure was a psychopath, or sociopath at least. And like, he initially, when I met met him, it was like love bombing. It was like all praise and compliments and you're this and you're that, to get you to drop your guard so that you feel a sense of trust. And then once you feel a sense of trust and you open up, then they get information from you and then they try and take it and then use it. So it's a little different, man. A simp is more in a space to like try and please and get you to like them.
I sound like a psychopath then.
I mean, there's different. I think what's important is that there's
like
different types of psychopathy. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's only a tiny percentage of them that are like,
Vile.
got people in their fridge and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like they tend to be drawn to high risk stuff, right? So they'll be doing like, a psychopath would be like, if you look at the top people in banking, politics, like the guy I worked with, I wouldn't be surprised if he had someone like a head in his fridge.
You woke up today and chose violence.
I swear to God, he was this guy was dark, man. But then a lot of them are functional, man. They might be in like might do something like, say, join a fire brigade or bomb disposal or very high level stock market stuff, like yeah, because it's a high risk job. Like, it's a job where it's like the average person, their heart's gonna be beating out their chest, but they tend to be drawn to more extreme things because they don't feel emotion the same way.
Okay, fair enough.
Man's just seen himself in the description. This is disturbing.
Oh yeah. No wonder I'm quite extreme.
I think everyone has some elements of these things in them. You know what I mean? Psychopathy, Machiavellianism, narcissism. Like, when he's narrating it, sometimes he'll say some shit which will crack me up, and I'll be like, yeah, I've got a little bit of psycho in me, just a little bit. But
So how does it end?
I watched 2 episodes and I had to tap out because there's like the simping just started to get 2, 3, third one. Got partway through the third one and I was like, yeah.
He was watching someone smash the guy like.
So at one point, he's like, this is how ridiculous it is, right? He's met her. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to spoil some of it. So if you like this show, you know what I mean?
Doesn't matter.
I'm fucking it up for you right now.
There you go.
He manages to get her phone, so he's connected to her phone through the cloud. So he's watching the stuff she's doing, like the conversation she's having. And
He's hacked her phone.
Yeah. Basically, he's got the phone, but he's connected it somehow through the cloud. He's able to access it. So she's got a new phone, but he's still able to access her through the cloud. So he's watching what she's doing. He's seen her on Tinder, and there's like a list of dudes that like she's got smashed by because she's had a breakup. So now she's just like getting over.
She
this
got a
guy.
smash list.
So he's looking through her thing and like seeing a different guys showing up. He's across the road looking through a window, and like at one point she's just got like her cheeks clapped by this dude, and she's looking for something in her bed, and the back of her bed like collapses. The bed's broken, right, from activity, right? This guy, seeing that, calls her and says, I was just gonna go and do some shopping. I need to get like a side table. Do you want to come with me?
Psychopathy.
That's psychopathy. Like, it's just different, fam. It's like the lengths this dude's going to.
Oh, but he's so caring. He's looking for what she needs because he wants to provide and protect her, Right. Wow.
It's not going to end well. Because the dudes that she's attracted to are the complete opposite. It's the guys that don't give a shit and they're just like, whatever.
Wow. Smash activity. Wear and tear. Repetitive strain injury. Oh, wow.
But the thing is, even though that's just a fictional thing, it's interesting to me how nice guys do tend to go for these kind of women that aren't good for them.
Why is that? Why do you suppose that is?
I think it's for the same reason that nice women often end up with assholes. I think it's a self-esteem thing.
Do you think it's a thing where it's like the person who is nice, because they are by nature nice, they see everyone and assume that people are just like them? Which is, if you are generally a good person, a nice person, you have a nice nature, you're naturally a nice person, you would automatically assume that everybody has that same nice in them, because you have that nice in you naturally. You now think everybody has that nice in them naturally, they're just going through a rough patch. So if I help them, they're going to reawaken this nice part of them.
I think that can be a factor. I think nice people can look for the good in people.
Yes.
I used to do that.
And not see the bad in people.
I used to do that. I used to look for the good and not see the bad, or try and explain away the bad, or not pay attention to it as much. I used to always look for the good in people.
Because in psychology, they say that there is no such thing as a bad person.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's another page to argue about. The reason that's said is because the people who do the worst things on earth, they, in their own head, they are doing it from a good place.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, for example, you read a comic book, you have the heroes and villains, right? The villains, they call themselves the Brotherhood of Evil, right? But now, in reality, nobody calls themselves evil. The people who have done the most heinous acts in history don't
100%.
actually call themselves evil.
100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
in their head, they don't see what thing as bad. They see it as necessary, or I'm trying to protect my people, or protect my herd, or nonsense like that. Therefore, in psychology, it is said that there are no such thing as bad people, because everyone in their own head thinks they're doing the right thing. As you know, the road to hell, it leads to good intentions.
It's paid for good intentions.
It's just that, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyways, that's by the by. So as a nice person, you would go, oh, I see the good in everybody else. So she's really good, she's a really good person in her heart. It's just she doesn't know she's good yet. She has to meet a man like me, because she's with all these.
That's kind of his dialogue.
There you go.
The narration.
She's with all these bad boys, and all these bad boys are only making her worse. So if she's with a good person like me and I wife her up, what happens is I'm going to give her the good lifestyle which she deserves. So I'm going to do everything for her: cook, clean, prepare, do whatever she wants. I'll do it for her, because she has the potential to be good. She doesn't know it. It's just that if I surround her with good things, she become good or nice.
That's kind of his dialogue, yeah.
But that's the opposite. You cannot force anybody to be what they don't want to be. You cannot make anyone to do things, even when you know it's the right thing to do. You can't force a person to do it. We've all tried before. We've all given our everything to make someone get better, be better, do better, because we want better from them, because we see their potential for better. And every single time of this, it wasn't their time. It wasn't their turn. It wasn't their time. So all that happened was we just ended up in regret, anger, sorrow, just shame, or whatever you want to call it. We were so upset that this person had this, that. It wasn't their turn. It wasn't their time. It's the nice guy problem.
It has to come from the person, man.
It's also the nice girl thing as well, because like I said, good girls, bad guys, right?
Big time.
Good girls, bad guys. Oh, she goes, oh, he's such a mystery, such a bad boy. If I do all these things for him, one day he will change.
A lot of women fall for that trap right there, man.
One day he will change. You cannot change the person who is not willing to change themselves. They can pretend to change for a minute, just to make you happy today. Like, okay, here you go, girl. Chop it. That's it. But you cannot change a person who is unwilling to change.
So many elements to this. Like one element is there are some women who are drawn to the challenge of that. Like, oh well, he wasn't good with this person, but I think I can be the one that changes him. There's a lot of women that think they're the one that's gonna make that difference, right? I don't know what that's about, but there's that. There's also, in some cases, the bad boy allows a woman to kind of tap into her darker side as well, because he is spontaneous, he is dangerous, he's edgy, he gets her to think and act and do shit that the nice guy just doesn't have the ability to do, and he's just more attractive, you know what I'm saying, because there's that polarity. And I think there's also a difference between, when we're talking about nice, people who are, how can I put it? I think there's a difference between people who are just genuinely good people and nice in the sense of just not being honest. Because I think a lot of nice. What's this man wearing? Is that what you're pointing out? Wow, art student, no doubt, in Campbell, innit? Campbell Art College there, innit? But yeah, you get a lot of people who's nice is just really like it's like a social construct, man. It's I'm going to present myself in a way which I think's going to get people to like me, rather than be myself and potentially polarize the situation.
Right. Now, we're talking about nice when it comes to relationships, nice to the media, nice to workplace. What kind of nice are we talking about?
We're talking about all the nice.
Okay. Let me give it the nice when it comes to. So we've done the nice for relationships, right? Why we do it? Because the good girls are bad guys, the good boys the bad girls, this and that. Nice with the media, or being cancelled, or agreeability, right?
Right. That's a good way to put it. Being agreeable.
Yes. Yeah? Here's what's funny and interesting. For how many years we've been marching and fighting for our freedom.
Go on.
It's not free.
Freedom ain't free.
Freedom is an illusion. Instead of you fighting for your freedom, you want to fight for your independence. That's the word I'm going to use. Independence, not freedom. Here's how and here's why. When you are independent, you are truly free. Say it again.
That's beautiful.
When you are independent, you are truly free.
Yes.
Here's how.
Yes.
If I was working for a company.
Yes, I know exactly where you're going with this. Go on.
If I was working for a company and a member of staff and I had an altercation, I need to tread softly. If I say what I really want to say in this group, right? In this group, because there's the way the group is swaying. The group is swaying left, but my own honest belief is right, or my honest values are right? So the group is swaying left. Now, to be in with the group, I need to sway left with the group as well, because once I start to disagree with the group, I'm gonna get chastised. I'm gonna get up, down, left, right. Even if I have my values, I believe this is what it is. The group is going this way.
It's got a certain culture that you need to fit into.
They have a culture that they're going to and they're going with. Now, I believe in my right, not in their left. But if I stand for what's right and not the left, there's a high likelihood I'm going to lose my job. And now the truth about that is, being strong in your belief is costly. You lose your job, you lose your right of earning, you lose your paycheck, you lose all these things. You may lose your reputation as well. You understand? And that's the thing. A lot of people today have this belief and or feeling that your earning is your human potential. What you give to the world as a human being is your ability to earn and provide, right? So if you lose your job, you've lost that earning, you've lost that power, that right. That's the thing that we fear, quote unquote fear. We fear losing our jobs. So what do? We go, okay, I'm gonna play nice, I'm gonna pretend to be nice, I'm gonna bounce the ball, and I'm gonna go left with the whole crowd, because that's where everyone is gonna go to. Therefore, I'm gonna play nice. So you have those ones who don't believe what's happening, but because everyone is going this way, they're all going that way, because they need that job, because they say they're free, but then they're not independent. Now, flip the script.
See where you're going with this, man. Spot on.
A person who's independent has their own job, has their own company. They're financially free. They don't need to work in said company, right? They have what you call fuck you money, which basically means I can leave your job today. fuck you. That's fucking money right there. They have that. They don't care if everyone is going left. That's it. That's you. That's a you thing. That's a you problem. I'm gonna go right. With or without you, I'm going right. That's independent.
This is why Donald Trump didn't give a shit.
We don't strive for freedom, we strive for independence. That's the magic. Do not strive for freedom, you strive for independence. If you want to be free, become independent. That's it. So once you are independent, you are self-earning, you're self-governing. There's no, oh, go and speak to HR. You are HR. This is the thing. So when you, because I mean, think about it, right? I've seen this a lot of times. Oh, if I say this, I'm going to be cancelled. If I say or do blah, 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 I'm going to lose my sponsorship. Right? When you are self-earning, self-governing, do you need sponsorships?
Bro, I've been thinking about this so much recently because see what you're saying there, not to cut you, but two things come to mind. One is during the whole pandemic, scamdemic, whatever you want to call it.
Scamdemic.
Like watching how people just towed the line at so many different levels, from like people who most people consider rich, successful, you know what I mean, like wealthy, like you didn't hear any big actors, musicians, anyone challenging the status quo of what was happening, and that was really interesting to me. And then just how people got shut down. There were doctors, you know, I heard about people who were told that basically if they said anything which went against what the sort of narrative was, they would lose their jobs. There were people who did lose their jobs because of that. And it really showed me, like you say, how dependent on the system the majority of people are.
Yes.
And then now, recently,
Yes.
with some of the things that have happened with Kanye and a basketball player called Kyrie Irving, where they've both lost tons of deals and sponsorships. Kanye's net worth went from like 1.4 billion to 500 million
Doesn't care.
in a week. He said he doesn't care, and he probably doesn't.
It doesn't. I'll tell you what.
And Kyrie lost his deal with Nike, and now it's just all looking a bit weird. I don't know what's going on with him, but it's just been very interesting to watch how the media talking heads have parroted the kind of narrative as well. Very few, if any, have challenged or presented any alternative view on what's happened to those two people. And again, it just shows how even these people at levels that the average person might not consider as being slaves to the system are still slaves to the system. It's like, it's just a nicer cage.
Right. I got a question for you. From Kanye being a billionaire to a 100 billion millionaire, what's the difference? What's the difference?
He's independent.
It's not even just that. What's the difference? Oh, I had 500 million, now I have 400 million.
I mean, in terms of his
I'm still rich.
In terms of his quality of life, not really.
Nothing has changed.
Not really
Especially when you come from a humble background where you can live on $500 a year, a month. You don't need that much money. What's that money? That's just numbers. There's numbers in the air. It means nothing. You're happy, you're good. This man said yesterday that he had to act crazy to lose all his sponsorships. He wanted to lose them in the first place.
I think he did it on purpose too.
You don't get to be that rich and that big by being stupid.
He's too intelligent too.
There you go. Everything this person has done for the past 30 years has been beyond the age, beyond the era, has been intelligent beyond common reasoning. Mm-hmm. If you're a 2-year planning person, you're not gonna get it. If you're a long-term planning person, you're gonna get it. You see the move. Everything is a smart move. And this is the thing. So whichever company is sponsoring this person, they're not your God. They're not your high all and be all. You need to learn to be yourself without them. And don't fear. Again, I tell everyone this. Do not be afraid to lose. And that's it. Do not be afraid to lose. I take the L all the time. What you gonna do? Fight me? Go on then. What you gonna do? Kill me? Let's take the L. The L is the L. So what? Get used to L's. K is taking his L. Let him enjoy his L. He's happy to take the L. That's a good L to take. That's a very good L to take. And that's the thing, is whichever company you're working with or working for, at all times be prepared to be fired. Be prepared to lose that company. When that company is lost, what's next? Work on your what's next before you get fired. Be proactive, not reactive. And I say this to everybody every day of my life. Be proactive, not reactive. As long as you're working somewhere, you have a job. You're just over broke. You're job. They pay you just enough to make sure you're not broke. So you have to go out work again tomorrow. Be proactive. What's your next plan? What's your next game? Go and do it. When you start working like that, being proactive, guess what? That niceness is no longer a necessity. You are nice because you want to be nice, not because you need to be nice.
Yeah, it's not from a place of fear.
Boom, bro. That's the magic. This is how you get out of the forced nice guy nature. Because there's nothing wrong with being a nice person. There's nothing wrong with being a nice person. What is wrong is when you are fake nicing. That's the word. When you are doing that fake nice, pretend nice, that's horrible. Because that's not who you are. You're just pretending because you are afraid of rejection. You're afraid of being cancelled. I don't do nice guy, man. I'm an asshole. I told everyone that from the jump. No, I'm not nice. I'm an asshole and I'm necessary. So what do you mean by that? If you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Easily. Without question. If you're trying to be mean to me, I'll be mean to you. I do mean in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. And I won't lose sleep on that. But a lot of people are too, they try to be nice when they're not nice. And this is what I said about the whole male feminist thing, is that you get people who pretend to follow your path in your way because they think, oh, they're going to get something from you. And then the minute the woman turns him down and says, no, I don't like you like that, what does he do? Oh, you're a B, you're a C, you're a this and that and that. The insults come out, the threats come out and all that.
Yeah, where did that come from?
It was there in the beginning. Just people don't people don't respond to no. So I tell everyone, if you truly want to understand what people are like, if you want to know what a person truly is like, tell them no. Tell them no. Turn them down. Tell them no. Simple. If you really want to know what someone's character is, your character comes out when things don't go your way.
Very true.
That's it. All that honeymoon. When someone has been all honeymoon and nice, and I'm like, I'm doing that African dad look, that African father look. You know, like the mouth is open and you're like, you're showing your buck teeth. Like, that one, standard.
It reminds me of an Einstein quote: "Adversity introduces a man to himself."
It does.
It's so interesting.
You don't know how tough your spirit is.
Yeah, it's so interesting watching people under pressure. And that's one of the things that's interesting for me in hospitality, because it pushes your buttons where
it does.
You're dealing with uncertainty. You're dealing with a high volume of people. There's people that's intoxicated. People are at their wits' end, like their emotions are running high. They're not in control, and so to watch it, sometimes people just have proper meltdowns, man. And I'm getting to the point now where this past week I was talking to some friends about it today. Shout out to the council.
These people, this council, and then watch you, all of them, watching you. You know, the Council of Reeds, watching you, Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, Incredible Hulk, Black Panther. I'm watching you, Professor X. I'm watching all of you, Doctor Strange.
All the superheroes.
You know,
I was saying that I've reached I've just in the past week and a half, I've just reached another level of just self mastery, where I'm in situations where it's like an out of body experience, man. Like it just doesn't touch me now. Like the stress and the pressure, it's like, I can feel it, but it's not like affecting me like that. I'm just calm.
Why do you suppose that is?
I think it's exposure to those situations like over and over and over again, and it's also a level of self-awareness, because without a level of self-awareness, you just think, oh, this is stressful and this is making me stressed and this is, but when you get to a certain level of self-awareness, you realize it's just how you're interpreting what's happening to you. So two people can be in that same situation, and one can be getting pissed off or frustrated or don't talk to me like that, and another can just be like, well, this person's intoxicated, so it's gonna take them a little bit longer to do what they're doing right now. That just is what it is, and I'm letting go of the stuff I can't control and just dealing with what I can control. Because there's also an element of, that's the way I would put it. It's like you have to care and not care at the same time. It's this weird sweet spot, and I think the not caring is not caring about the stuff that you can't control,
right?
Just accepting that, and then care about what you can do and do that to the best of everybody.
Is it a case of be stoic, be indifferent?
100%.
And even if you're not indifferent, pretend to be indifferent.
100%. And I remember, it's funny you say that, because I remember there was a shift when I was kind of pretending in a way. I thought, let me just have my energy just contained and just like not cold, but just like
calm, stoic.
And it just, everything flowed so effortlessly, and so now I'm finding that's more like a default. Although I still interact and I give people good energy, I let that come when it comes naturally, because I'm not forcing that either. There are some times when I really don't want to smile and I don't want to like give people that energy, and sometimes I do. So I just kind of have my frame. It's like calm in the eye of the storm, right? So I'm not up here and I'm not down there. I'm just in the middle. I'm just right here. And then sometimes I'll be a little bit more bubbly.
It's funny you say that, right? It's quite as easy as that may sound or seem. It's actually hard today to be indifferent. It's hard today to be stoic and indifferent. It takes practice.
Talk about it.
It just takes practice, because everything about and around us is highly emotional. Everything is highly emotional and highly feelings based. Every other conversation we have today, it begins with I feel like. It feels like. There's a feeling. I've got a feeling. Tonight just something is a feeling. I get it. We're all in our feels today. So for one to consciously start making sentences without I feel like, it feels like, this feels like, why do you feel like, doesn't that feel like? It's a whole different mindset. The mind is different. So you now have to rewire your thoughts, rewire your process, relearn everything again, and go, okay, let me try to do this without saying I feel like, without anything, just basically
next level,
not even I feel like. It's basically say less and do more, because the key of stoicism is you know what you're saying before you say it. You think about what you're saying, you question what you're going to say before you say it. You say less, you do more. You become less emotive, more logical. And you, like I keep saying, say less. You always say less than necessary. Stoicism. You accept things as they are.
It makes perfect sense.
You accept things as they are.
When you've thought about what you're going to say before you say it, you can use a lot less words.
Yes. There are many a time where I communicate whole sentences without even saying a word. Just body language.
That's what I'm working on at the moment.
Facial expressions, body language, and I just look away, frown, point, smile. It's related.
That's what I'm working on now. It's like nods.
I did this one on Sunday. There's this musician was American. He was in the band in this, the big black band. Was now a music director in the UK now. And I forgot what band he was from. And I was like, what's the band is from? And I did this. It's like Earth, Wind and Fire. It's like, how sway?
It works.
It worked. It's like boom. Earth, Wind and Fire. It was Avatar. Yeah, Earth, Wind, Fire. Yeah. Earth. But that's the key to it. Stoicism is great. And also, when one starts learning to be stoic, that niceness, that so-called niceness, goes away.
I feel that too.
I tend to urge a lot of men who are naturally nice to be indifferent, to learn to be indifferent, to learn to be stoic, to learn to calm that part of themselves, because we as nice people have this uncontrolled urge to want to be nice to everybody. It's like our superhero complex. I need to save the world. It's fine. It's good. You can't save everybody. You're not Jesus. Even Jesus couldn't save everybody. You can't save everybody. Pick your 12 disciples and save them.
I love how we come to the same conclusions.
But that's what's funny, is that it has always been the truth, and it will always be the truth. So you pick your 12 disciples, you save them. Those 12 people, they pick their own 12 disciples, save them. Those 12 people, they pick their own 12 disciples, save them. That's how you create a body of power and independence. Just cells, nuclear rages, just doing your thing, and then when you need one to help you on the other side, you bring it together and come together. Dude, it's mathematical. It's elementary, Watson. It's simple. And when you are now focused on doing that, you start realizing the so-called nice guy thing it changes, because your main purpose was to be the hero and save everybody. Don't do that. You now give more energy to those 5 or 12 that you are saving or helping or doing great with, and they in the process are also saving you as well. So we're now helping each other grow. Learn, teach, inspire, grow. Boom. I feel bad for nice guys. I genuinely feel bad for nice guys, because your heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
Your heart's in the right place. You mean well. You love too easy. You love too good. You're doing so good. But the people you're trying to help have been scarred by the planet already.
Yeah, and it's just, it's interesting, because on the one hand, you're socialized to be nice.
Yes.
Right? You're told.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. You're told to be a gentleman. You're told to put other people first. You're told to do all of these things, which actually don't work in a practical setting. Like when you actually take that out into the world, and you take that out into how you deal with women, and you take that out into how you deal with people. I see it all the time. Like, I'll give you one example. There's one woman I know, sweet person, really, really sweet, really big heart, really sensitive. But because she's coming from this place of nice and people pleasing, she just gets exploited again and again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'll be in a work situation, it'll be in a relationship situation. People just look at her and just go,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And she'll be working, and then she'll be working overtime, and then she'll be working weekends, and I mean, hopefully she's broken that pattern now. But
Do you know where that comes from?
probably her parents.
Childhood. So here's how that comes from. When, as a child, a 4, 5, 6-year-old, you did something, you drew something nice, and then you showed mom and daddy. So mom and daddy say, look what I did.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? They praised you. Oh, you did a good job. Good one. What did you do? You went back and did some more because you're now looking for that praise.
That conditional love.
Conditional love based on I would love you based on you doing something. So the more she's worked and given to others, the more she's unconsciously, by the way, you don't even realize it. You've unconsciously gone, okay, I need someone to tell me you've done a good job. That's it. I need someone to say to me, you've done a good job. Or most of what we do as adults today come from childhood. I need someone to constantly praise me and say, validate my existence and say you've done a good job. Most nice guys were raised the same way as well. They never got complimented until they did the chores, until they helped mommy, until they did something that helped others. And then we as adults were like, oh, good job this, good job that, that very good job. So now we've now been conditioned to please. Because we are craving the good job, Kes. We're craving the, oh, that's a nice thing you did, Kes. Oh, nice work, David. Because we grew up, and this is, again, we as adults don't realize we're doing this.
I see it sometimes. You ever see like a parent with their kid and they're just trying to manage them?
Yes.
And so the kid's misbehaving, for example, and they'll be like, no, stop shouting or stop climbing on that thing, just sit down, and you can see they don't really have the tools to manage the situation.
You can't grasp it.
So they're saying, okay, if you sit down, I'm going to give you X, Y, Z, or I'll take you here, or I'm going to give you these sweets. So they try and kind of bribe the kid.
Yes.
And then if the kid then complies, then they're like, oh, good boy, or good girl. And sometimes I watch it and I just think, oh, fuck, because you can see right away they're wiring them to associate you get love when you act in a way that
when you satisfy me, I will give you love. When you satisfy me, I will praise you.
It's so deep.
It's just so the solution for the child is whenever a child does something, you want to basically have a conversation around that. Instead of just praising, you want to go, okay, that's very nice, but why did you do that? You want to know the why. What does that mean? What made you do that? That's it. Just know the why. By knowing the why, you've given them introspective. You've given them the ability to think more on the small things they're doing. They now see things in a deeper level. You're now doing that one.
Training their awareness.
You're training their awareness levels to go, okay, for every action, there's a reaction. Everything I do has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. That's how you do it for the child. For the adult, you need to also sit back and go, okay, why is that? Simple. Why do you think, not feel, why do you think doing this for this person makes that person a better person?
This is so powerful because so much of our behavior is unconscious.
It's unconscious.
So much, even as adults.
Even as adults, we don't realize it. And it comes out so easily. There are many things we do today as adults that we've done so many times, and it's now normalized behavior. That when someone says, "Do you know you always do this?" You go, "No, I don't." "Yes, you do." "No, I don't." "Okay." "Yes, you do." And then he goes, "Oh snap! I always do that." It's it's a problem because when you and I are trying to tell someone, you know, you're doing this, right? There's gonna be arguments. As it is now,
mates.
I tire from arguments. I don't want to argue. I'm just tired of arguing. Don't want to hear it. Just don't want to argue. Just know I'm good. It's like, no, don't argue. And I realized that when I talk to people, I want to be wrong. Does that make sense?
Tell me why.
I want to be wrong because when I'm wrong, I learn more.
Do you know what though?
What?
I'm hardly ever wrong.
That's what it is.
I said this to my missus yesterday.
I want to be wrong so I can learn more. Because it's an honest fact. Because
I get what you mean, because
when you are right, you don't learn.
Bro, and the thing is, I think the reason why you're right most of the time and I'm right most of the time is we don't just talk shit. What I've noticed is most people, when they're talking, they're just expressing what they feel emotionally.
At that point in time.
At that moment in time. There's no analysis behind it. There's no
research.
Reflections. No research. It's just words
reading,
coming out of their
no
face.
Studying. No, hold on. I want to learn more.
Yeah. Whereas if I say something like, almost always, like I've thought about it.
There you go.
I've compared it to previous experiences.
There you go.
I've looked at this. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's something behind it. And so, that's the thing that's interesting. Like, I have this thing with my girlfriend sometimes where I'll tell her something, and sometimes she'll get it straight away. Sometimes it'll be like 3 years later. I swear to God, it'll be like 2-3 years later. And she'll come back to me and she'll be like, oh, I'm doing blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like,
oh,
do you remember when I was explaining blah, 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 back in 20, do you know what I mean? And like yesterday or the day before I was talking to her, and I said, things would just be easy if you just realised I'm always right, you know? Like, it would just save us. I was half teasing and stuff. I was like, it would just save so much time. Like, because something else had happened where she was like, oh, this is going really well. Like, I did the thing you suggested, and I'm like, you should just, like, I said, based on my track record, you should just assume. Because, like, it's not even like I'm batting at 60, 70%. It's like I'm like 90, 95% of the time, something I'm saying is on point.
You, sir, are a better man than I am. I don't have that patience. I don't have that time. I don't have that mental fortitude to say to anyone like more than 3 or 4 times, like, you know I'm right, because I'm just gonna go somewhere else. I don't have that patience. I don't. I got things to do.
Oh man.
Be honestly, I admire that about you. I don't, because for me to say I told you so 3 or 4 times means you don't listen to me. Just leave me alone, because I don't. Legit, I know. Because if we're on this boat, if I'm the captain of this boat, and you're the co-captain, and you're gonna give me no. Oh yeah, but captain, no. The captain is going this way. If you want to go that way. I'm fine. Me personally, I'm not nice. I'm necessary. If you want to go that way. Go with chest. Me, I'm going this way. Is that? But that's it. So yeah, I admire that. Good for you. I couldn't do that. I could not do that. Because if
I'm honest,
if I don't know something, right? If I don't know a topic, I don't talk about it. I don't open my mouth. I go and study, research, analyze, study again before I go, okay, I've been studying this. Because if you have 5 minutes experience on that topic and I don't have any, I will shut up and I will listen to you.
Listen.
Not listen. I will listen with T. I will listen to you and just absorb the knowledge. I will not argue. I will not say, but what if? I will shut up. So
I wish more people were like that, man.
They're not like that because we don't tell them. Because I've had cases of people that have never been told in their life, shut the fuck up. Talk to me about something I know for 30 plus years and they have no experience in it, and they want to argue with me about, oh yeah, but I'm like, okay.
That's the stuff that makes me feel crazy.
So I first do this, like my hands on my lips, like,
that is the stuff.
because I want to say it, but Kes, just give it 1 minute, just 1 minute extra. Say, okay, so how long have you been doing this? I said, okay, how long have I been doing this? How long have you been doing this? Never done it before. Right, so if you don't know as much as I am, what makes you think you're good in this thing? I don't, but I feel like this is why I said to you in the first place, be quiet. But because in the first time you don't listen, I'm gonna say to you now, shut the fuck up. Let me finish. Because if I ever come to your line of work without the experience and
Mhm.
tell you
Mhm.
about your job that I don't know about, you have every right to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. But again, nice guy. Nice guy is too afraid to say shut the fuck up because if I say that, I might lose my job. I might get cancelled. I might lose my sponsors. Imagine you've lost your sponsors. What would you do next? Imagine you've lost your job. What would you do next? Work from there. Even if you haven't lost anything, work from there. So when, God forbid, the inevitable comes in, because guess what? When you stand on your values and your beliefs, you're going to lose people. This is the way of the 21st century.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether you like it or not,
you can't please everyone.
when you stand on your values and your beliefs, you are going to lose things.
Yeah.
You're going to lose people.
100%.
So set yourself up in a scenario and situation whereas when you stand on your values, you are prepared to stand alone. Dude, I always say this all the time, right?
Mhm.
When you stand for what you believe in, prepare to stand alone.
Bars.
What do we know, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Spot on.
So this is why the nice guy is the nice guy. The nice guy is afraid to lose.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So in just general, social media, workplace, relationship-wise,
Yeah.
The nice guy is afraid to
family in all different
in all aspects of life.
circles.
Family, friendship, the nice guy is afraid to lose.
Yeah.
That's the whole heart.
He's afraid to lose. He's afraid to be disliked.
Whatever,
he's afraid to
exactly.
be criticized.
Exactly. Whatever it is that is to be lost, they're afraid to lose because they've never actually sat down and visualized what happens in a loss. Because that's the thing. One has to actually visualize every once in a while that, okay, there's a likelihood I could lose everything. Okay, if you lose everything, what would you do? If everything went away today.
He just waved at 3 old ladies.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
I was just talking, and I waved at 3 old ladies. Ladies. How did you even say it? Ladies. If you're 75 and up, I got you.
Oh, he's got you.
Please. Yeah.
Jesus.
Dr. Love, don't jealous me, please. I don't know
No,
why
listen, you
I don't know how you envy my
you get the girls, man. It's all good.
my swagger.
I'm not.
75 and up.
I don't hate. I celebrate. To your
I
team.
got you.
75 and up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, standard. You know about the war. You're coming out swinging.
Wow.
You ain't soft. Talking about.
No matter the war.
Why you hating on me, brother? What's wrong with you?
I'm not hating.
This guy, please recognize.
Equal opportunities thing.
Wow. See your life. See your life.
I'm encouraging you.
I'm discouraged.
See your life.
Gods of Olympus. It is what it is, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah. So to end our conversation, what would you say?
Don't be nice now.
Oh yeah. In short, don't be nice. Right. Be nice to those who deserve to be nice to. Those who don't deserve your niceness, apunaka, pack it, put it in your pocket, pack your feelings. Don't show it. Seriously.
I think also you gotta be good to yourself first, man. That's the foundation. You know what I mean?
Self-love.
Yeah, that's the foundation, because I think a lot of times these nice people don't really like themselves that much, and so other people are able to exploit them. But once you get to a certain level of first of all, for me, it starts with acceptance of self. So you accept yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, the whole thing of you, good and bad. And then you get to be on that point of acceptance, appreciation. You start looking at, okay, what am I good at? What what gifts do I have? What talents do I have? What can I develop? Then you get, from appreciation, then you can potentially then move into self-love. Self-love ain't always an easy place to start at, but once you get to that point of self-love, like the way you treat other people will come much more naturally from how you treat yourself. It won't be from a place of lack or weakness or I didn't want these people to like me, so let me be nice to them. It won't be that, because you really like yourself. So then your niceness, so to speak, will be genuine.
How would you like yourself? How do you think you should like yourself?
Say again?
How do you think one could like themselves?
I mean, I speak from my own experience, and for me, I used to be very, very self-critical, and so it started with a few things. One thing was just developing skills and competence in certain areas, because I found that when I got good at certain things, it made me feel good about me, and it made me more confident. So sports and martial arts and things like that helped me at one point to sort of, just kind of see myself in a more positive light. And then that led me into kind of more leadership situations where I was helping people or teaching people or whatever. And then it was just, honestly, just accepting myself, man. Like seeing my strengths, seeing my weaknesses, seeing my good side, seeing my dark side, and not denying them. Like accepting that, okay, I can be really mean, or I can be, do you know what I mean, vindictive or whatever, and getting to a place of accepting it, and then, as I say, just gradually building upon that, like looking at your qualities, like what are you good at? You know, what are you good at? What do people give you positive feedback on? What skills do you have? And focusing on that, and then just gradually, just through time, just appreciating until you get to a point of self-love.
Solitude.
Well, yeah, a lot of that is done in solitude. Mirror work's really powerful, actually.
Dude, it's the one. It's the one. That's the one.
Do you do it? Still. That's dope. It's right, the Sanyu was talking about.
I do every day. I do mirror work. I do mirror work. I do shadow boxing mirror work. I do shit talking mirror work. Dude,
talk to me about your mirror work, man. I'm fascinated. Go ahead.
I don't even know what to say. It's just you're the man. You're the
like
shit.
some Muhammad Ali type shit. Yeah.
You're the best thing since sliced bread. Talking about you sexy motherfucker. You know, I just walk past him and I'm like, yo!
Is that you?
Oh, it is!
Is that you, yeah?
Oh, it is! Oh, are you that? Look at you, sexy beast. Shit.
That's hilarious.
You walk past me and not say hi. God damn it.
I thought it was just me. That's so funny.
Bro. I'm full of myself. Proper.
How was it when you first started, though? Or were you just from day one like that? Or
Day one.
Seriously?
Day one.
Something wrong with you, man.
I'm telling you. It's called self-motivation.
His self-esteem was just here from day one, yeah?
Day one. I've always known my path from day one, so it's not new to me.
Interesting.
I'm just like, look at this. Look at you. You're here looking sexy. What's wrong with you? Please, you have to work today. Stop it. Too fine.
Fine
grow
boy.
hair. Look ugly, small. Come here looking like a fine boy. Nonsense. That's me every day, fam. So everyone knows me. Like if I see a mirror, I'm like, yo, who this?
Stop and have a little look. Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh. She started talking. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm talking to Kes. You know.
So funny. Yeah, I didn't have that at the start, man.
There's no one on God's green earth that can come to me and try to make me feel insecure. I say, Charlie, get out right here, man. No one, no two, no five, no 10.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
You. So, Kes, you ain't shit.
See, because you know what it is? Your self-image is too positive and it's too strong to entertain that bullshit. So, and this is the thing, like most people, they don't have that kind of self-image. So if someone criticizes them or says something, because their internal self-talk ain't on that level, it can really pull them down. It can really affect them. You got people who commit suicide over being bullied on the internet.
You know what happens?
That happens. Do you know what I'm saying?
Your external attributes come from within. From the things I've been doing externally, it comes from within.
Go on.
Power is everything. If you are not on a daily basis telling yourself you're powerful, you will never experience power. You have got to, on a daily basis, tell yourself you are powerful beyond measure. From there, anything anyone says, you're like, that's your problem. That's you. Someone said to me, someone said to me, bro, I think the times when I got turned down once, a long time ago. And she's like, oh, I hope you don't feel bad. I'm like, me? I'm still sexy. That's your loss. That's your problem. Please, get right here, man. Legit. Standards, bro. Your self-worth, your self-love. Oh, dude.
It's from your self-talk.
Your self-talk, your power. Every my shower, my bathroom, like the whole wall. Bathroom, not just one wall mirror. Hey!
So I said mirror.
one, not mirrors. One mirror. The whole wall is mirror. I just look at myself and say, see yourself. Sexy beast. Hey! You can need motivation. I am my motivation. I say, hey! Fine boy! At your age!
Applaud yourself, yeah?
Yes! My neighbors hate me, bro. They just say, hey! Fine boy! From far. It's like, is he crazy?
It's so funny, the parallels. This is so hilarious. I've never had this conversation with anyone before. Because I'll be doing shit like that too. I'll be looking in the mirror like, you sexy motherfucker. Look at
I tell you, hey! Fine boy! Don't go and wear suit today. You just kill all the girls outside. Hey! That's me, bro. I'm my own hype man. Hype man.
That's what we need. We all need that.
Me and my mirror were hyping. It's like, no, you fine past me. No, you. Bruv.
Oh, man. We need that.
Self-love is key. When you're doing self-love, if you want to be nice, be nice. If you don't nice. It's up to you. I've had my say. I've spoken. If you don't like it.
It wasn't. The only thing I'd add to that is it wasn't like that at the start. Like at first, it felt weird because my internal dialogue wasn't like that.
Because everything has told you you're not supposed to hype yourself. You need.
And I could feel the internal resistance. Like when I first, there were times I did it where I would tear up because I could feel there was like shifts happening and healing happening and me releasing stuff. Whereas now I can look myself dead in the eye and say, "I love you, man. I love you," and like without flinching, without anything. But initially, it was tough.
I tell you, bro, it is what it is. Self-love is key. That's it. That's your you want to be your own governing point, your own governing system. It's simple.
And then reality starts to shape itself to that, which is what's crazy when you start seeing other people start giving you the compliments that you give yourself.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm talking about? When people start telling you like, "Oh, you're amazing."
Start to.
I've had 2 or 3 people said it to me in the past week. I'm like,
Start to compliment yourself and boost yourself up. So whenever anyone turns you down, you just go, that's your loss. You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, and if they criticize you, it's like your vibration's here, so the criticism's like doesn't even hit you.
It doesn't hit you. Yeah, there will always be haters. Doesn't matter what you do, there'll be haters.
You're like, yeah.
That's it. But quick defense. That's a you problem. So someone says, you don't know. That's not my problem. That's your problem. It's simple. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. I ain't got nothing wrong with me. You have something wrong with me. That's a you problem. Simple. Anything else?
No, I just remembered I was working somewhere the other day and like someone took over the station I was at. And I was like, I had 0 mistakes. Everything was perfect. I was like, "Oh, you taking over here?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, don't mess up the spot, yeah, because I've been on point. She's like, "Oh, it'll be fine." Come back from break 20 minutes later, she's made like 4 mistakes. I was like, "How you make 4 mistakes in 20 minutes?" And then she got vexed. And then I mentioned some other comment. I was half teasing, but I was kind of checking her on some stuff. And then she got upset and like went to work somewhere else. And I think she must have said something because one of the managers came over. She's like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay, Dave? Are you okay, Dave?" I was like, "Always." And I think it's because the woman was pissed off at me, but I just didn't care.
You hurt her feelings.
I just didn't care. Like once upon a time, I'd have been like, "Oh man, did I say the wrong thing? Did that come off across a certain way? I hope I didn't."
It is what it is, man.
I can't please everyone.
You can't. So the key to start being nice is love yourself first. That's it.
Number one.
That's it. There's no one. That's just it. Love yourself first.
Everything else
just falls in place. Is that whole umbrella thing. Once you start to love yourself, you start to bathe yourself.
I'm start taking my self-talk to the next level.
Act like foolish mumu.
I already got my woman rolling her eyes certain times when she sees me, but I'm gonna take it to the next level now. You've inspired me.
She loves it.
No, of course she does.
She loves the fact
cocky bullshit.
Yeah, the fact that you piss her off, but you're confident, because your confidence gives her confidence as well. It's fine.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Everyone, it's been emotional. Stay tuned. Bless.